The Senate will come to order. I ask everyone to please rise and recite the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Rabbi Yaakov Berman is here from the Chabad World Headquarters in Brooklyn, New York, and he will deliver today's invocation. Rabbi, please.
Thank you. Almighty God, sovereign of the universe, we stand before you today seeking your blessing upon the members of the New York State Senate and upon all who call New York home. We find ourselves in a time of unprecedented uncertainty, our world deeply divided, wars and conflict continue to shatter lives across the globe. In the face of such darkness, bless and empower us to make acts of goodness and kindness, not just occasional gestures, but an integral part of our daily lives. Guide us with the wisdom to heed the teachings of the righteous leaders who have paved the path of goodness before us. May their faith, wisdom, and deeds continue to inspire us. That is the Lubavitcher Rebbe way. My Rebbe, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, was once asked, what does the world need most? He was a man who had survived World War II, while many in his family and community were killed by the Nazis. Yet, the Rebbe responded, we must all do something additional in the realm of goodness and kindness. Maimonides taught that a single act has the power to tip the scales and change the course of history. Almighty God, bless us with the strength to act routinely in kindness. Help us see beyond our differences to work together, recognizing that we are all created in your image, bound by a shared mission to make the world a better place. Beloved God, bless the members of the New York State Senate and guide the deliberations so they may govern this great state with wisdom and unity, leading with clarity, compassion, integrity, and humility. May our collective acts of goodness hasten the day when peace will prevail, a day we all yearn for. Amen. Before I step down, as I mentioned, the Rebbe said that we should increase acts of goodness and kindness. I have here a ARC. The ARC saved the world once, right? It also stands for acts of routine kindness. I know in this chamber, actions matter more than words, so I'm actually going to do an act of routine kindness. It's not affiliated with any charity. I left with Senator Myrie ARCs for whoever wants, for your office, for your home, for your car. Thank you very much.
Reading of the journal.
In Senate, Tuesday, April 1st, 2025, the Senate met pursuant to adjournment. The journal of Friday, March 28th, 2025 was read and approved. On motion, the Senate adjourned.
Without objection, the journal stands approved as read. Presentation of petitions, messages from the Assembly, messages from the Governor, reports of standing committees, reports of select committees, communications and reports from state officers, motions and resolutions. Senator Gianaris.
Good afternoon, Mr. President. On behalf of Senator Gonzalez, I wish to call up Senate Print 904, recalled from the Assembly, which is now at the desk.
The Secretary will read.
Calendar number 141, Senate Print 904 by Senator Gonzalez, an act to amend the Public Service Law.
I move to reconsider the vote by which this bill was passed.
The Secretary will call the roll on reconsideration.
Adabo, Gianaris, Kruger, Ort, Stewart, Cousins, White, ayes 55.
The bill is restored to its place on the third reading calendar. The amendments are received.
On behalf of Senator Comrie, on page 13, I offer the following amendments to Calendar 350, Senate Print 3799, and ask that said bill retain its place on the third reading calendar.
The amendments are received and the bill will retain its place on the third reading calendar. Senator Gianaris.
Please take up previously adopted Resolution 545 by Senator Myrie. Read its title and recognize Senator Myrie.
The Secretary will read.
Resolution 545 by Senator Myrie, honoring Rabbi Menachem M. Schneerson, the Lubavitcher Rebbe, posthumously upon the occasion of co-naming of President Street in Brooklyn, New York, in recognition of his remarkable life.
Senator Myrie on the resolution.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you to Rabbi Behrman for his invocation today. This chamber is no stranger to this resolution that we bring every year in honor of the Rebbe's birthday. And we do that again this year, but it is a special resolution because in a couple of days, we will be renaming President Street in Crown Heights after the Rebbe. And for those of us who have grown up in this neighborhood, this is a really special thing. Because as the Rebbe has always taught, and as we heard in the invocation, at a time of great division, in a time of great uncertainty, where we don't have the answers to a lot of complicated things happening in our world, we can feel very helpless. But all of us know how to smile. We know how to talk to a stranger. We know how to give a good gesture. And the Rebbe taught us that those small acts of kindness, taken together, is what will transform the world. We're familiar with that in Crown Heights. Our neighbors that we see every day, that we shoot a smile to, a kind glance, a nice gesture. These are things we are used to doing, and I'm honored that we are going to memorialize this on President Street, where my wife happened to be born and raised, for the whole community to see, for every generation to know coming forward. So, Mr. President, I thank you for this opportunity to speak on the resolution. I thank our majority leader for bringing this resolution every year, and I ask all of my colleagues not just to join me in voting for this resolution, but join me in acts of kindness in these great times of uncertainty. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Myrie. The resolution was adopted on March 25th. Senator Gianaris.
Senator Myrie would like to open that resolution to co-sponsorship.
The resolution is open for co-sponsorship. Should you choose not to be a co-sponsor on the resolution, please notify the desk. Senator
I
Gianaris.
move to adopt the resolution calendar.
All those in favor of adopting the resolution calendar, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, nay. The resolution calendar is adopted. Senator Gianaris.
Please take up the reading of the calendar.
The Secretary will read.
Calendar number 166, Senate Print 228A by Senator Scoop is enactment of real property law.
Read the last section.
Section 3, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 166, voted in the negative are Senators Ashby, Borrello, Cancela Fitzpatrick, Gallivan, Griffo, Hellman, Lanza, Martins, Matera, Obraca, O'Mara, Ort, Palumbo, Rhodes, Steck, Walzik, and White. Ayes 45, nays 17.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 309, Senate Print 2589 by Senator Mayer, enactment of the education law.
Read the last section.
Section 3, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Dabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 309, voted in the negative are Senators Borrello, Cancela Fitzpatrick, Gallivan, Griffo, Matera, Obraca, O'Mara, Ort, Rhodes, Steck, Tedisco, and White. Ayes 50, nays 12.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 334, Senate Print 3579A by Senator Dabo, enactment chapter 473 of the laws of 2010.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Dabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
In relation to Calendar 334, voted in the negative are Senators Brisport, Gonzalez, and Martinez. Ayes. Also Senator Kruger. Ayes 58, nays 4.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 365, Senate Print 4322 by Senator Scarcella Stanton, enactment of the Civil Rights Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect on the 90th day and shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell-Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
In relation to Calendar 365, voted in the negative are Senators Borrello, Griffo, and Lanza. Ayes 59, nays 3.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 488, Senate Print 1714 by Senator Brooke, enactment of the Public Health Law.
Read the last section.
Section 5, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell-Cousins, White.
Senator Brooke to explain her vote.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise to show my support for this bill, which concerns excited delirium. After Daniel Prude tragically lost his life while experiencing a mental health crisis in Rochester and being held down on the ground naked, his autopsy listed excited delirium as a cause of death. It has been 5 years since his untimely death, and excited delirium, though widely discredited, is still being cited as a cause of death for individuals who die in police custody. Excited delirium has been cited in numerous violent deaths, including that of George Floyd. History has shown that the racist nature of this term is clear. In the years between 2010 and 2020, Black people accounted for 43% of in-custody deaths that cited excited delirium, while only representing 13% of the US population. Excited delirium only serves to justify excessive police force and give law enforcement a reason to excuse these actions. But we know that excited delirium is rooted in pseudoscience. It is not a real disease. That's why organizations such as the American Medical Association and the American Psychiatric Association have strongly opposed the use of this term. Several states have banned its use, including Colorado, California, and Minnesota. And now it's New York's turn. This legislation will promote accountability, advance criminal justice, and end a blatantly racist practice that has wreaked harm on Black individuals. I proudly vote aye, and I encourage my colleagues to do so. Thank you.
Senator Brooke to be recorded in the affirmative. Announce the results.
In relation to Calendar 48, voted in the negative are Senators Borrello, Kenzari Fitzpatrick, Chan, Griffo, Helming, Lanza, Martins, Matera, O'Mara, Ort, Rhodes, Steck, Wolzick, Webbett, and White. Also Senator Gallivan. Also Senator Tedisco. Ayes 45, nays 17.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 508, Senate Print 3193 by Senator Prasad, enactment of the Public Health Law.
Read the last section.
Section 2, this act shall take effect on the 90th day and shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell-Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 62.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 515, Senate Print 2097 by Senator Kavanaugh, enactment of the Environmental Conservation Law.
Read the last section.
Section 3, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell-Cousins, White.
Announce the results.
Ayes 62.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 533, Senate Print 5535 by Senator Baskin, enactment of the Executive Law.
Read the last section.
Section 6, this act shall take effect 1 year after it shall become a law.
Call the roll.
Addabbo, Giannaris Kruger, Ort, Sewell-Cousins, White.
Senator Baskin to explain her vote.
Thank you, Mr. President. This bill expands upon a previous action by this honorable body to provide language access services in our great state. This bill will now include all agencies of the state, whereas previously it was only included agencies directly under the governor's purview. It also tailors the languages that will be provided to meet the needs of the different regions in our great state. In addition to the top 12 languages of the state, the top 3 languages that are prominent in a region will also be included. For instance, in Western New York, where I represent, some of the most prominent languages include Burmese, Somali, and Swahili. And in all regions and counties where there isn't a dominant language, only 2 languages would need to be provided if they were not on the list of the top 12 languages. So, this bill recognizes the diversity of New Yorkers, but also that legislation cannot be one size fits all in our successful state. It must fit the realities of each region, and I am happy that this bill does just that. This bill is not just good for public service for our residents, but it is also an investment into our residents who are seeking to be a part of New York's economy. We want people seeking jobs to be able to navigate the Department of Labor's job list. And we want our children, many of whom act as an informal interpreter for their families, to be able to focus on school and establish themselves as first-generation New Yorkers, instead of having to be pulled out from school to help their families fill out an application or speak with a caseworker during an appointment. I want to acknowledge all of the advocates that have pushed for this bill. In these times, many who speak limited English or need an interpreter to be heard feel that government is not here for them, not here to support them, or even worse, they feel that government is seeking to punish them. But I hope that this bill instills some hope and some confidence that we are all here for you, and you will be respected with dignity in your preferred language in New York State. I vote in the affirmative, Mr. President, and I encourage my colleagues to do the same. Thank you.
Senator Baskin to be recorded in the affirmative. Announce the results.
In relation to calendar 533, voted in the negative are Senators Borrello, Kinsella Fitzpatrick, Helming, Martins, Matera, Ort, Palumbo, Rhodes, Steck, Walzek, and White. Also, Senator Senator Ort in the affirmative, O'Mara in the negative. Ayes 51, nays 11.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 547, Senate Print 3561 by Senator Claire, an act in relation to requiring the Empire State Development Corporation to study the economic impact of optimizing and creating kitchen incubators in New York State.
Read the last section.
Section 4, this action take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Stewart-Cousins, White.
Senator Borrello to explain his vote.
Thank you, Mr. President. First, I want to thank the sponsor, Senator Clear, for this. I know it's passed a few times. I know it made it all the way to the governor's desk where she vetoed this. Let me start off by saying that operating a restaurant is difficult. Opening a restaurant is extremely difficult. And knowing what to do and how to do it is nearly impossible and to guarantee success. That's why these small kitchen incubators are such a great thing. We want to promote small local business owners. We want to promote local foods, local restaurant owners, and this is the way to do it. In fact, I've seen it happen in my district. We have a restaurant in the city of Batavia called Eli Fish. They actually have a kitchen incubator inside their restaurant, and you can go in and get 2 different menus, one from Eli Fish and one from the experimental, if you will, kitchen that has been producing some amazing foods in, quite frankly, cultural food that we would never get in rural areas like Western New York. So what I've heard was that we don't have funding for this. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got funding for a lot of things. I would hope that in this budget we could find a little bit of room to have Empire State Development devote some money so that we can promote new businesses, small businesses here in New York State. I'm proud to be a co-sponsor of this bill. Thank you again, Senator Claire, for your leadership. Senator
Borrello to be recorded in the affirmative. Senator Claire to explain her vote.
Yeah, I feel like I have to. Thank you, Mr. President. You know, the average cost of installing even the simplest commercial kitchen can be $20,000 or more, which is prohibitive for so many entrepreneurs who have a unique product to bring to the marketplace. So it is proven that shared commercial kitchens are a viable solution to this challenge, but we don't have nearly enough of them, and access is not prioritized to those who need them the most. So the purpose of this bill is to require that we study an action plan concerning the transformative effects of locating and optimizing small kitchen incubators in public and private spaces where they can have the most collective impact. In addition, Empire State Development is charged with further developing comprehensive business and advisory services to fully complement kitchen incubator services to help ensure that startups have every opportunity to succeed. I believe that we must be smart and target with our investments in economic development, and this bill represents the very best kind of concept, utilizing existing community partners and proven shared resources to further the economic and quality of life of all. Thank you.
Senator Clear to be recorded in the affirmative. Announce the results.
In relation to count number 547, voted in the negative are Senators Martinez and Skoufis, ayes 60, nays 2.
The bill is passed.
Calendar number 592, Senate Print 4840 by Senator Fahey, an act to amend the lien law.
The bill will be laid aside for the day.
Calendar number 598, Senate Print 3736 by Senator Comrie, an act to amend the public authorities law.
Read the last section.
Section 3, this act shall take effect immediately.
Call the roll.
Adabo, Gianaris Kruger, Ort, Stoll Cousins White,
Announce the results.
ayes 62.
The bill is passed. Senator Gianaris, that completes the reading of today's calendar.
Is there any further business at the desk?
There is no further business at the desk.
I move to adjourn until tomorrow, Thursday, April 3rd at 11 a.m.
On motion, the Senate stands adjourned until Thursday, April 3rd at 11 a.m.